But does married life seem a little boring to you?
Does it seem boring?
A little sedate?
No, I've seen interesting marriages and I've seen not interesting marriages.
Do you love him?
Pardon me?
Do you love him?
Jack from Titanic, young, fearless and hopelessly in love, but Leonardo, Jack, the youthful, bold, and desperately in love Jack from the Titanic, but Leonardo. As the years have gone by, DiCaprio has become more than simply one iconic character. Becoming one of the most well-known celebrities in Hollywood, Oscar-winning films, and red carpet moments. He has accomplished everything, yet even though his profession took off, his personal life remained complex, particularly in terms of love, and Leo has dated supermodels at the age of 50. Abandoned committed partnerships and evaded the crucial question of why DiCaprio has never married well, but at last, the wait is over. Joins us as we examine his personal life and discover the true cause of his lifelong choice. Leonardo DiCaprio's candid explanation for his statement that he will never go down. The Leonardo DiCaprio's journey from a modest home in Los Angeles to international fame began born in Los Angeles, California. On November 11, 1974, he was the only child of George DiCaprio, an artist, and Malene, a legal assistant, met in college. After finishing, Leonardo relocated to Los Angeles, where his mother felt when Leonardo da Vinci was at an Italian museum viewing an artwork, he kicked him for the first time. When he was a baby, George had already fallen in love with another woman after his parents divorced and left, but both parents wanted to raise him, so they shared a garden and lived in houses next to one another. The kid of George's girlfriend, Adam Ferrer Leonardo, became as Leonardo grew up. He and his mother were close to Adam and even looked up to him. Traveled throughout Los Angeles, passing through the Los Feliz Leonardo neighborhood. He once revealed that his parents were quite free-spirited and that he was raised in a dangerous neighborhood with a lot of crime. Despite his poverty, he always respected and trusted his parents, and he attended a few schools including John Marshall High School and the Los Angeles Center for Enriched Studies, but Leonardo didn't like in school. He truly desired to act, as though his dreams extended outside the classroom. When Leonardo was younger, he chose to become an actor or a marine biologist. He enjoyed imitating others, making expressions, and acting because he enjoyed performing. Observing the reactions of people, he claimed that his passion for acting originated at a young age. Leonardo's fascination blossomed when he was barely 2 years old and made people smile by dancing on stage at a festival. Witnessed Adam, his stepbrother, being paid for a TV ad that made Leo notice the potential of $50,000 and subsequently attempted to perform on the kids' show Romper Room, but he claims he was expelled for disturbing the host too much. However, Leonardo refuted this allegation at one point, nearly quitting acting to concentrate. Started breakdancing after placing second in a competition in Germany at the age of 14. His first actual job was a Matchbox Cars commercial that led to opportunities, and he quickly appeared in advertisements for Bubble Yum, Apple Jacks, and Kraft singles, but getting it wasn't simple. He looked for an agency for a year and a half. Even advised him to adopt the name Lenny Williams in order to sound more American. Initially, but with his father's encouragement, he persisted until a family friend offered assistance. Casting directors took note of him, and Leo soon found a job at age 20. Small thinking big ads led to Leonardo's first actual acting role. After starring as Glenn in 2 episodes of The New Lassie in 1989, he received a few minor roles, such as in Santa Barbara and in the television program The Outsiders. His big break came when he landed the role of Gary Buckman in the television series Parenthood. He took the part seriously as a disturbed teenager and researched Phoenix's performance from his work on Parenthood and Santa Barbara in the original film got him nominations for 2 Youth and Film Awards at about the same time. Participated in the game show Funhouse, where he was required to perform amusing antics such as a young actor, Leo was vivacious and able to grab a fish with his teeth. Leonardo, who is always willing to entertain, made his film debut in 1991. He later jokingly referred to the horror flick Critters 3 as one of the worst ever. And he wasn't proud of it. In the same year, he performed Luke Brower. The creators of the television program Growing Pains hired a homeless child to bring. Actress Joanna Carnes claimed that Leonardo was popular with younger audiences, particularly among girls. Even though Leo's ratings didn't improve, he was intelligent, playful, and enjoyed making jokes. Still received a nomination for another Emmy for his work gaining credibility in Hollywood. Leo played a little role in Poison Ivy in 1992, but something far larger followed. Based on the true story, Robert Dyro selected him to star in This Boy's Life. Tobias Wolff. Leo, the author, portrayed Toby, a disturbed teenager with a challenging. Leo had a lot to do, and stepfather Dyro handled the difficult position of stepdad. The director Michael Caden Jones claimed that Leo first adopted a severe method because he didn't know how to act on a real set. Method to instruct him, Leo took the lessons to heart, and the film received positive reviews. The way that Leo demonstrated the development of his character particularly attracted observers, and This Boy's Life became the movie that brought him attention, but he had only been there for a year. Later, in What's Eating Gilbert Grape, he had a stirring performance in which he had his first part as a boy with developmental difficulties. People who were nominated for Academy Awards were astounded by how genuine and poignant his performance was. Leonardo continued to rise, and in 1996 he acted in the romance movies Romeo and Juliet and Titanic in 1997 were both enormous successes, with Titanic emerging as the highest-grossing film at the time, which instantly elevated him to international fame. Leonardo DiCaprio was well-known and adored by fans, but he didn't want to be. He took a sabbatical since he was tired of playing the romantic guy all the time and returned with it in 2002. He starred in Catch Me If as part of a fresh plan to try out diverse roles. He collaborated with director Martin Scorsese for the first time on the second movie, You Can, and Gangs of New York. Eventually collaborated on numerous films and developed into a formidable partnership. Leo continued to take on in The Aviator. He portrayed a troubled businessman in a serious role. A police officer in Blood Diamond, 2006, a diamond smuggler in 2004, and each role in Departed, 2006, revealed a different aspect of him. He performed in Crisis in Revolutionary Road in 2008 as a married guy. Was consistently passionate and profound, and he continued to thrive in the 2010s, appearing in Beginning with Django Unchained and The Wolf of Wall Street. He ultimately took home an after winning an Oscar for his portrayal of a frontiersman struggling to survive in The Revenant. He went on to star in Once Upon a. His most recent roles were in Time in Hollywood and Don't Look Up. 2023's Flower Moon goes beyond the film. Leonardo founded a business called Ion in addition to acting. Way Productions assisted in the creation of numerous of his movies and a television show called In Addition. Greensburg gained notoriety for his efforts to safeguard the environment. Established the Leonardo DiCaprio Foundation to promote environmental awareness. He received a significant award from France in 2005 when he was named a Commander of the Order of Time. Magazine designated him an Arts and Letters Artist in 2016 for his artistic endeavors. Among the top 100 global influencers, he also rose to the position of United as the nation's voice of peace. He speaks out on international concerns, particularly climate change, and he eventually came to represent leveraging celebrity for greater good. In 2022, fans chose him as one of the top 50 actors in history according to an Empire Readers survey, yet behind all that there was always one aspect of fame and fortune that people questioned. Why has the question that accompanied Leonardo DiCaprio around was that he had never been married. Now at 50, Leo is at last prepared to respond, but he must comprehend the entire so, let's examine his ties with the actor more closely from the beginning. Leonardo DiCaprio, who dated the most well-known ladies in the world, has always made headlines for his films or romantic life since he became well-known. People have been interested in Titanic's romantic partner over the years. He has been connected to a number of famous ladies, particularly actors and models. Additionally, it has become somewhat of a trend. Bridget Hall was one of the first names associated with him. Was a well-known Victoria's Secret model in the 1990s, the two were frequently spotted together. Together at gatherings in 1994, despite their limited communication. People thought she was Leo's first model girlfriend because of it. Next came Naomi Campbell, another well-known model, with whom they allegedly had a romance. Although it didn't survive long, it's interesting that they stayed in the mid-1990s. Close friends who have been seen on vacation together for years. In 2015, rapper 50 Cent shared a picture of himself attending charity activities, writing, "I get photobombed by the world's sexiest people. Try living limitlessly with DiCaprio and Campbell." Afterwards, he dated Kristen Zong, a model he brought to the Romeo and Juliet's 1996 premiere, although the couple split up shortly before, speaking of which, Leo's life was irrevocably altered by the Titanic. When Demi Moore entered the scene, it was a little uncertain, but the two were seen together however, in 1997, Moore was still wed to Bruce Willis, thus there's no substantial evidence that they were dating, but people were compelled to converse, and then Helena Christensen is another well-known figure in the modeling industry. They were frequently spotted together at events during the Titanic era. Was made public once more, but neither party provided any proof, leading some to assume they were merely pals. DiCaprio's romantic life continued after that. In fact, the ensuing years were full of brief romances and unverified rumors that maintained his reputation in the public eye. According to gossip at the time, Amber Valletta was one of those rumored flames. After seeing her picture in a magazine, Leo instructed his people to contact her because it sounded like something straight out of a movie, although it was never as good as many of his relationships. Verified Valletta later wed an Olympic athlete before being married to a finance. Another name that was mentioned by the expert was Eva Herzegova, a Czech model who allegedly met at the Man in the Iron Mask premiere and had a brief 2-month romance, but Eva later disputed nothing romantic ever occurred. But Gisele Bündchen was the first person to receive genuine attention in a long-term relationship. Between 1999 and 2005, the two dated for around 6 years. This was one of Leo's more serious relationships. Romances, the pair even went together to the Amazon rainforest in 2004. Gisele once presented her perspective on environmental issues in order to raise awareness of lessons. My Path to a Meaningful Life, published in 2018, contains the narrative, "No, I was become more conscious of things after quitting smoking, drinking, and working too much to numb myself. Things I had decided not to examine. Was I the only one who wanted to take some serious pondering while he remained unchanged?" Unfortunately, the final response was Gisele did eventually wed NFL player Tom Brady and have a family, but her time with Leo is still among his most well-known partnerships. Additional models and a few renowned faces, followed by Bar Ray F.A., another significant name in the modeling industry. The two dated after meeting at a Las Vegas party. Off for 5 years, at one Lakers game, they were even spotted sitting courtside. 2010. In a magazine interview, Rafili stated that their relationship terminated in May 2011. Discussed how the split aided in her personal development, saying, "I learned a lot about myself that I worked on growing up. I had no idea what it was like to be alone. But now I am aware that only when you are fearless and confident in your ability to be alone can a relationship succeed." DiCaprio dated Russian model and Violetina while he was away from Raffaele worked for Sports Illustrated and Victoria's Secret. Their relationship ended quickly, and later got married. When DiCaprio began dating singer Adam Levine in 2011, fans were taken aback. Gossip Girl actress Blake Lively and his partner had a quick and passionate romance. Were spotted in locations like Italy and on a yacht together in Cannes. Gossip Girl producer Joshua Safran released a video from New York and even Australia. He shared a humorous anecdote about how Blake was dating DiCaprio at the time, and she had this thing where she sent Leo pictures of a doll she had taken. Before Instagram even existed, it was her method of recording her life, and as Leonardo DiCaprio's relationship history continued to expand over the years with younger more romances in recent years have featured models as a regular element. In 2012, Leonardo DiCaprio and Victoria's Secret model Erin Heatherton were spotted riding bikes in New York City. That was all it took for the dating rumors to begin, and despite their brief duration, it appears that the split was amicable. Erin stated years later, "He's a great guy and a buddy of mine, and I wish best wishes to him." That speaks volumes since the following year, in 2013, Leo's name was connected to Miranda Kerr, a recent Victoria's Secret model separated from actor Orlando Bloom. The two were seen together with friends during a dinner and prior to anyone referring to it as a romance, those close to them said it was only a casual supper. Later, Miranda married software billionaire Evan Spiegel and had 2 children. Kat Torres, a Brazilian model, stated in 2013 that she was seeing DiCaprio. In an interview, she said, "Leo is fantastic, but I'm concerned about we have an agreement that nothing can ever be said about our relationship, so I'm not sure what he will think if I talk to you." Public reports quickly emerged refuting the relationship after she spoke. It's evident that Leo and Kat were never a couple, according to E! News. Leonardo's partnerships can generate a lot of questions or remain quite quiet. However, there was still more to come, including models walking the red carpet and persistent whispers. During 2014, Leo was dating German-born model Toni Guerin, who also walked the Victoria's Secret runway. The two had a quiet relationship for around. Toni married an actor 18 months prior to their December breakup. In 2020, Alex Pettyfer shared pictures from their wedding from her birthplace in September 2017, pictures from Hamburg, a few years after their split, revealed Leo, and after dinner, some people questioned whether Toni and his companion were dating as they strolled around New York. Once more, although it appeared that they were only reuniting as old friends. Never emerged from it, and in 2015, DiCaprio was seen approaching actress Kelly Rohrbach, is well recognized for her part in Baywatch. They were spotted riding motorcycles in New York City and even sat together at the U.S. Open. Similar to this romance, like many of his previous ones, remained discreet, but the paparazzi didn't miss a beat before the most outrageous allegation of them surfaced about Rihanna in 2016. And the actor were spotted together at Coachella, as well as at Rihanna's and Parisian events. The allegations about the 2017 birthday afterparty became so widespread that a French tabloid stated that Leo had gotten Rihanna pregnant, but it was a wholly untrue lie. DiCaprio even filed a lawsuit and prevailed, although it was unclear whether the two were never a true couple, but fans adored seeing them together in a picture. Leo began dating Danish model Nina Agdal in July 2016, she was 24 at the time. And by October, their relationship appeared to be a little more transparent than others.